So welcome. This tutorial this is going to be a mixture of greatest creature modeling tutorial and the Jurassic Park Velociraptor modeling speed time lapse. I just think I need to share with you how I make dinosaurs or creatures. You can use this method with any creature. Yeah, specifically with creatures, and yeah, you can just use it with any creature, but I'm gonna use it on the Velociraptor. I'll show you some tricks and tips in between. I'll model this, and by parts where I think it is important for you to know what's going on, I will talk again. So I'm going to turn off my microphone as soon as I start modeling. Yeah, so this is going to, I don't know how many parts it's going to be. I don't know how long after each other it will be, because I have some school projects coming up before the mid-year exams. So it's going to be a busy. There's going to be a few. There's going to be a busy term for me. So don't. Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be a course from beginning to, like, to start modeling until you can create a basic animation. So this might be all I do for the rest of the year. I have a project in the meantime. I'll show you one of. Actually, no, I'm not gonna spoil it. But yeah, just enjoy while you follow along. So wait, I need to put on my screencast keys. Okay, now that I'm here in preferences, if you have a GPU on your computer, you can go into system and choose one of these. I do have a GPU, but mine isn't compatible with any of these, so yeah, I can't use it for my cycles render engine. Okay, yeah, I can't seem to find the screencast thing to work on this version of Blender. I'm using 3.0. I'll put a download link in the description. So basically, to add your reference image, you press Shift A, go to Image, Reference. There you go. So you would want to go down to Object Data Properties and turn on Opacity. Yes, then you can see all the grid behind it. So you press G and Z to lift it up, G and Y to move it on the Y axis. About there seems right. Then you want to push it back. Then you would want to add, excuse me, sorry about that. And then you want to Shift A again to mesh and add a cube. We can resize it a bit later. At the moment, we will not bother with that. So you have this cube and you don't know what to do with it. You just press Tab and press Control R. You can use this at the side as well. You see Control R as a loop cut, and you just do that. If you do not want to use the shortcuts, you can just go to loop cut over here, and you can just go over the mesh like that. It works with anything, like you can extrude. Okay, wait. I've never seen this before. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That must be something new with Blender 3.1. Okay, so I don't know. That's something here. But basically everything I'm going to show you is also here as well. So if I tell a name of a thing of a I'm gonna call it ability for now. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, you can just look for it over here. But here's box select. You can go to lasso, but I don't recommend it because it can. Yeah, I just don't like it. I recommend using box select. Oh, and here is also for move, for rotate. Wait, move. Oh, and Control Shift A. Okay, so you can't. Why isn't it working? I swear it was command to select everything. Okay then, but if you press Alt Z, you can go into like this invisible mode. Sorry about the quality on the video. I don't know why it's doing that. I've installed it and I've deleted and reinstalled OBS, but it still does that. It didn't do that before. But you just box select it all Z. You can also do it over here, like okay, not that. You can go here for X-ray. This is wireframe. Here's for render engine. So you have Eevee, which you can make more stylized renders, and cycles you can use for more realistic renders. I'm just gonna keep an E for now. Yeah, so Control R, not Windows R, Control R. Why isn't it working? You add a loop cut in the middle. Okay. Then press Alt Z. I can't remember the image, but if you press on the object and you press tab, you can go into edit mode, or you can go up here and go to edit mode. But you press Alt Z, or you press that above, you highlight the, well, if you go like this, it's the left side, and you delete X, you press X and delete vertices. That's the only way you can delete things. There is no other way of deleting vertices. Let me just check. Oh, here. Okay, so you can go up to mesh and down here. This method I use works on all versions of Blender. Okay, so then you go over here to the modifiers tab, add modifier, and you go to the mirror modifier. Now in the new Blender version from I think 2.9, you can just, if you have like an eye, you can use this and choose an object you want to mirror over like that. But no, you just want to leave it like that and choose clipping. So go to the side and you yeah, just if you don't know, just do that. S is to scale it down and G is to move it freely. Oh, and you can also just use R to rotate. Yeah, just do that to keep it as a cube. Okay, so you see, the thing is, with a white background it's hard to see when it's highlighted, but so you keep it on the X-ray mode by Alt Z. Okay, you just box select over one vertice. Yes, those dots are called vertices, and you just move it along here, I recommend putting it over the shoulder, right over here. So the two left sides when you are in the, I should probably tell you this. Okay, so you have three views: the y-axis view, the x-axis view, and the z-axis. Now, if you have a numpad on your keyboard, if you press 1, you are in the front view or y-axis. 3 on the numpad is the x-axis of the side view. 7 is the top view or the z-axis view. Now, you can press any of those views and just press 9 to go into the opposite direction. Yeah. Okay, so when you have this cube and you are now putting these parts around the neck and above the shoulder part, you take the other side and do the same for at the tip of the tail, right after the thigh, sort of. Okay, so there you have this shape. All you have to do is add loop cuts. Control R, or you go over here to loop cut, and you must check. So put one right after the shoulder. Do not put anything in the shoulder yet. One. Also, where's it gone? And one right after the thigh over there. Okay, you will see why in a moment. So you just highlight those bottom parts and move it over there. It's really like eyeballing most of the time. So if you recreate something from a movie, it won't always be 100%. Yeah, so now that you've have this basic shape, you can just add another loop cut. Oh wait, I am in my desktop. You just add another loop cut right here in the middle of the belly. And you just move this to be more belly shaped. We will fix that in a moment. And at here as well to keep that shape. Fun fact, if you don't know, Velociraptor didn't really look like this. This is more of a Deinonychus, but also the size is more of a Utahraptor. And the Utahraptor was discovered a week after the first Jurassic Park have released. That's a very fun fact I've learned. So before you go on to the tail, I really like to go on to the neck. But before you do, press Ctrl R and then put a loop cut right in the middle over there of the arm, as well as here in the thigh. Because when we extrude those, I will tell you in a bit what extruding is. You want to have it like a circular kind of shape to it. Okay, so just select the neck over here. So to extrude, you can press E to extrude it. And if you have extruded it and you've cancelled the extrusion, it's still going to be there. So just press Ctrl Z to remove it after that. But if you want to extrude, you can just, and you don't want to use the shortcut, you can go here, extrude region, and then you can just do that. But I am a bit more advanced at the moment. So just do the same basically for the neck. Don't have to be perfect, because this is just sort of like a rough draft. And R to rotate, you can also just go over here and rotate it. It's very hard to see because of the color, but that's where the color sort of lies when it comes to reference images. Do not go to the flap yet. Like, this is part of a neck, but this is the dewlap. They call the flap at the bottom of your chin a dewlap. Just Ctrl R over here to give it this and one over here as well. Just keep it nice, rounded out, and over here to bring this down. Okay, so now you're here with a face. For now, just extrude it, and you take this, and let's put it over there, and one over here. One thing with 3D modeling, oh, how to do that? Yeah, you just need to check it for things like that. I'll tell you what this does in a moment, or when we actually get there. It's just for me to fix a problem. I don't know why it does it sometimes, but it always happens at the head part, usually. So you have this weird chunk at the moment. We will fix it. But yeah, so go over to the tail and select these vertices, just want to make sure, yes. Just extrude it out. So after you extruded it like that, to go to the tail, just press G. This is not the very most beginner-friendly tutorial, I must say. So there's a lot more better tutorials, like Blender Guru's donut tutorial is, I think, the best one to go to. So just add a few loop cuts. Oh, to add a few loop cuts like that, press Ctrl R or just the loop cut button and scroll your mouse wheel to add more loop cuts. Not too many, because you still want to keep it simple for now. It will get more complex. Then you just do the same we did with the other vertices. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. Remember to save. I'm just gonna save it on a desktop app. Yeah. Got a sneak peek of my micro serratus over there. Yeah. So now you have this shape of a basic raptor. Okay. So now we want to thin it a bit out on some parts so it starts to look like a raptor. I just want to make sure. You always have to make sure that there's no faces. This is faces, like everything the vertices makes, that's a face. But just make sure, because sometimes if you don't do it properly, there will be faces in here. It depends on what version of Blender you use. But yeah, you can just look at how I do it for now. There's no really... Well, you go into face view. Let's make it easy. You go into face view, you look to where the neck is. So you press all of these. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you can swap between those modes over here. So this is vertices, vertex select. Face select, which is the lines in between. And then the face select is the squares or whatever shape you've made to be the default shape in here. Yeah, you can also just use 1, 2, and 3. But I recommend using the vertex select because you have more control over it. Depends on your situation. Yeah, leave the beginning of the head out. Press 7 on your numpad, G and X to bring it in like this. See, it has a bit of weird shape that I need to fix. Yeah, you can also just use this to... Just don't bring it in like that, because then you won't get rid of it after, because you've put the clipping on. Yeah, so basically just do that. Yeah, I'll meet myself here. Just remember, the Jurassic Park Raptor is slim, so it's also one of the hardest ones to model, apart from the T-Rex. Yeah, just try to keep this flat. Go to this belly part and just bring it a bit out like that. Make it a bit round because that's where the rib cage is. Do not round it out here where the legs will be. Use a different method over there. But with a tail, yeah. Sorry. With a tail, you just select everything. You just try to make it small. Rotate a bit in. Bring it back in. You don't want it to be too pointy. Bring it out like this. Yeah, don't make it too pointy, otherwise you will have trouble. Yeah. Here are other tutorials, but I think my version or my method is more accurate. If I could say it like that. Okay, so now I have this nice shape of it. I don't really like the let me just give just another check. If I just go search Book Velociraptor, okay. I see it's not that prominent on raptors, but you see that hole over in here. Yeah, I don't like it too much because if you look at a lizard who also has that in the skull of it, it doesn't really show. So this is going to be a bit more of an accurate dinosaur, but I will show you how to make those. No, just make it full in Jurassic Park. Okay, so now you have a shape. And press Ctrl R and let it go through the middle like this, right through the middle. Okay. And you go over here to a shape which you can barely see. Just move these vertices around the jaw. Yeah, bring it out like that. It must have to be a 100%. So we're going to focus on the face for now. So we just select the face. Just want to make sure I've selected everything. And you press Ctrl I and just press H. You can hide the face. Actually, wait. Let me just do this. Bring this bit out for the skull shape. You see, for the skull shape, a triangular type of shape. X. Bring it out like that. Yeah, that looks nice. You know what, we don't need to hide it. Just Control R and give it a few loop cuts. Okay, but before you just give it a few loop cuts, make one right before the eye and one right after. And you can add a few loop cuts through here and one before the nose, like that. Then you just want to shape it. You do not want to make this ridge at the moment. But if we're going to go for the more accurate Jurassic Park version like this, yeah, you don't need to make the ridge. But I recommend you at least getting one of those, Mattel toys, because it really helps when making the models. For instance, I have a blue over here. It's not Jurassic Park accurate, like to Jurassic Park, but you can use it for Jurassic World. But just for the basic shape of it, you can use it. You can also look at more of the detail in it. But yeah, we'll be doing this where it comes a bit outwards to like towards, comes outwards. Yeah, so just follow this basic shape. I just want to check. No, so this just goes, that ignores it like a little. Yeah, so if you don't have a powerful enough computer, modeling will be a bit hard for you. You need at least 8 gigabytes of RAM and a GPU at least to kind of render. Why doesn't it want to do what I want it to do? Let's just bed over here. Okay, so now I have like a very basic shape of a head. If you look on the Velociraptor, its lips come a bit out. But before we do that, just take the lips, or the jawline over here, and let it follow the jaw. Modeling takes a lot of practice, so don't be mad if we don't get it on your first try. Move this bit out like that, and this. Okay, I have this nice shape, and you can press, select this, I think up to about here, to your front view, G and X, make it a bit wider, and bring this one in. Like that. Remember to save, because if you don't have a powerful enough computer, it can crash. Okay, so now you have this basic shape. Alright. Now you put a vertex right in the middle of the eye, and you select the entire head. Just make sure you have selected everything. You press Ctrl I and H to hide the rest of the body. Because now we're going to some face modeling, which takes up a lot of vertices. And too much vertices on the body can make the body make the body not look round if you add the Subdivision surface modifier, which you will learn about in a moment. Press Ctrl Alt so it can go right in the middle, through the eye and sort of through the nose. Yeah, then you put one above the eye and another loop cut right under the eye. Take this vertex and let it and shape it around your eye socket, like this. Okay, so press on the numpad 3, so here you can go into the face view, right? Okay, you select these, press I to insert the faces, so you can go to insert faces over here. Then you press G and X to bring it in, because now it starts to look like the skull and things like that, which I don't really like, because in real life it won't really be like that. But for now it's fine. Oh, one add-on you need to install for this is Loop Tools. You'll see why in a moment. Okay, so press I again to give more basic shape of the eye, then bring it out again. Then another loop cut over here and GX as well. Modeling takes practice. Okay, now press 1. You can Alt select until it selects the eye, the entire eye. If it does not, you just select it yourself. I don't think you have to do the loop tools at the moment. So just delete this vertex, you remember X. You press this. Let's see. Scale it a bit down and form right around the eye. Put it over there. This might be difficult for you to follow if you don't really have a basic understanding of Blender. So yeah, you have it. And Alt and click to select a circle. You press E to extrude inwards. Sorry, you don't. Take it a bit deep in. You'll see in a minute why. You add a loop cut in there, but you put it like right about there. Okay. Select that part, extrude again, and scale it up. So now you have an eye socket. The eye sockets can also get complex, especially if you go a bit more stylized. Just use that and scale it a bit. And I have basic eye over there. Oh yeah, before I forget, you also press Alt, click over there, and then you press V. Okay, do not do that. So click it with a hand up till about here, because here is where the jaw is gonna rotate. Or there. Then you press V. And you see it. Where is it? Okay. Now you have the jaw. Great. Leave that one. So now you have the jaw and the head. You go to front view and just make the jaw a bit thinner. Like that. Then you select this point where it rotates. You press Shift S and cursor to select it. So this is the world cursor. So that's where everything will spawn if you add a new shape. Then you go into face view. Select the entire bottom jaw until a point where it rotates. Like that. Just press R so that it can, go to here and 3D cursor. Press R so it rotates. About there. Yeah, it looks fine. It looks a bit like a Komodo dragon, actually. Okay, after you've done that, you just press Shift S and cursor to world origin. Just save it. Okay, continuing along here, you start to shape this. I don't know what you call it. This nasal thing. And just form around it. Wrap that up like that. Okay, then you go back into face mode. Select it all. Insert your faces. Bring it back in. And just insert it again and bring it back out. It's not looking bad, not at all. The same goes for nose. Select these two, insert it. You don't have to make it perfect. Oh yeah, just take us back to median point. Just move it around I think this is where I'm going to stop for this video. But yeah, you just do the same thing. Just see, rotate it a bit. Yes, just extrude it inwards and go here. Just take it back over here and scale it because nobody will really see it. How does that nose look? Looks a bit weird. You see, it's really just trial and error. I'm using Control Z right now. Okay, where's Raptor? Okay, so the nose is. So you bring these vertices in. Really starts to look like a Komodo dragon, I must say. Yeah, when you just make the nose over here. You can make it perfect. I'm just not gonna make it perfect at the moment. Because you can get different types of noses and for creatures like this, depending on the artist. Yeah, there we have the basic shape for today. Next video we will do the inside of a mouth. If you want to just see how it's sort of going to look, you can go add modifier subdivision surface modifier. Take it to 1 and shade smooth. You can right click on it and shade smooth. Yeah, not looking too bad. If the nose, I might fix the nose later on. But yeah, it's not looking too bad. It's not quite looking like a raptor, well, like the raptor at the moment. But this works for now. So thank you for watching, and see you in part 2.